feel the rhythm of the beat. We're set to the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps. The radio show keeps spinning, the secret fakers keeps. Let the Raiders roll, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Raider Show, always on a roll. The city like splash me, right at the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. But the school make it fast. To facts tag, gotta make this moment last. We bringing go, half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the Raiders roll, yeah. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. We moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we're Lunatik Raider, always on the run. On the strip like two insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted pictures so right. With a real secret. Yo, no, listen to the soul star. Pull your orb in that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas sleep. The voice you can't ignore. Let the Raiders roll, yeah. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah. Keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Raider Show, always on a roll. Skylines of the desert, feel the rhythm of the beat. We're set to the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps. The radio show keeps spinning, the secret fakers keeps. Let the Raiders roll, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Raider Show, always on a roll. The city like splash me, right at the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. But the school make it fast. To facts tag, gotta make this moment last. We bringing go, half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the Raiders roll, yeah. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. We moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we're Lunatik Raider, always on the run. On the strip like two insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted pictures so right. With a real secret. Yo, no, listen to the soul star. Pull your orb in that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas sleep. The voice you can't ignore. Let the Raiders roll, yeah. Let the truth unfold.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
They're here.
Rise, my nation. Gather around and prepare. Our pride will be restored. Our shadow will fall with wicked damnation. Rise, my nation. Rise! This
What it is, Raider Nation, what it is, man. Happy hump day. Welcome to another episode of the Lunatik Raider Show. Right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. Shout out to all y'all pulling up. We're just going to wait a few minutes. And as you can see in the thumbnail, as you can see by the title, we are going to do the Raiders Mock Draft 1.0, man. I've been playing around with it, doing some abstract drafting with the Raiders, which we gonna get to it. I done came up with some shit like, wait a minute, they gonna do this. So the draft fell on different sites. They tend to go to simulate differently. You know what I mean? Some of it is realistic. Some of it is kind of like, I don't know if that's how the draft would fall. But there's a possibility because we know with the NFL draft, anything can happen. So you just got to be on your toes, on your P's and Q's, dot your I's and cross your T's, and be ready to grab that next generational type player to bring the silver and black out of the ashes like the phoenix. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. Shout out to everybody on Instagram and Twitch and X, formerly known as Twitter, as well as right here on YouTube, man. I appreciate y'all. We're here every weekday morning, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on Raiders Allegiance. So if you guys have not done so, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like, hit that notification bell so you can be notified of all the content I release, even breaking news. Shout out to the world's most dangerous chat, man. I see y'all in there active, boy, like a volcano. Billy Davis in the building, man. Salute to you, my brother. Hope all is well. Sacktown Raider Mike in the building, man. Salute to you, man. Thank you for pulling up. Let me see what else we got up in these. Y'all ain't here for real, man. I gotta catch up, man. Y'all first two soldier frontliners was up in there, boy. We got y'all, man. Salute to y'all, man, for real. Let me see. We got that's right, Raider Gang, for real. Salute, hey, for real. Oh shit, we got Tanner in the building, man. Tomorrow, salute to you, man. Raider Nation, you already know. We active, baby. We frontlining it. You feel me? We the only fan base that get active with it for real. I salute all y'all, man, for real. Okay, let me see who else we got up in here, man. Lawrence E in the building, man. My dude, man. What it is, what it was, and what it always shall be. Raider Nation on mine, you feel me? SoCal Sal in the building. What it do, brother? Hope all is well with you and yours, man, for real. Gotta go down the line one time, you feel me? Let me see. Keep on going. Navy vet, my guy, what it is, man. Hope all is well on this hump day. Salute to you, my brother, for real. You see? Let me see what we got up in this. I'm scrolling down, y'all. Y'all be in here and putting it in work, man. Raider Fontaine in the building, man. Yo. Yes, indeed, man. We here live and direct, man. Pull on up, man. Pull on up. We're gonna have fun today, man. It's hump day, you know what I mean? If you ain't humping around, we just gonna do we're gonna do a mock draft. 7 rounds. Bars. If you ain't humping around, we gonna do a mock draft. 7 rounds. Let's go, baby. We're gonna get into it. I'm gonna let the people fall in. Shout out to everybody pulling up, man. The numbers is going up, man. Hey, thank you guys for blessing this channel, man, with your presence, your activity. I really appreciate it, man. We are doing our thizzle, and it's all because of y'all. And like I always say, matter of fact, let me give the salute that I haven't gave y'all in a while. Let me pour a little something in my cup. It's top of the evening, bottom of the afternoon. Salute to y'all, man. Like I always say, man, without you, there is no me, and without us, there is no nation. There's only one nation. That's the Mickey Ficky Raider Nation, man. Hey, salute to the greatest fan base ever created on planet Earth. Let's go. Ooh, shiver me timbers. I just want to throw that old school shit out there. Let me see, anybody else that I forgot? Oh, man. Ja Raider, what it is, man. Salute to you. Oh, yeah, we going to have fun today, boy. This mock draft shit, hey, we might as well get into it. We got our head coach. We got our GM. Before I get into it, I want to bust down. Y'all bust down, huh? I'm not busting down nothing until I get all this one in that manual. No, let me quit. I want to play a couple of excerpts from Spytek and Carroll at the press conference when it came to being questioned about the type of player, type of quarterback that they want for this team and how they're going to approach doing this. This is what gave me the ammo when I was messing around with the mock and I came up. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all. I ain't gonna tell y'all now. I'll tell you when we're doing the draft. So we're gonna do a normal speed 7-round draft. If there's trades offered and it makes sense, such as I don't want to fall back in the first round, I don't want to fall back 4. I'll go back about 2 or 3 spots, knowing I can still pick up something I need. So I'm approaching it with that mentality, as well as thinking about what Spytek and Pete Carroll said at the presser. And once again, I'm going to play snippets of that so we can get a basis, because I want to approach the draft like they would. You know what I mean? I'm not reaching, even though there's going to be need, but we have other needs that we can get and possibly get a generational type player at that need and position. So I look forward to doing this, man. We're going to rock and roll with it. We might do it a couple of times just to play around with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, pause. Don't play around with it. Don't play with your food. I'll be telling her that too. Don't play with your food. Just put it in your mouth. I'm talking about the Snicker bar and the chips that I buy. Y'all get your mind out the gutter. So anyway, we're going to get this thing cracking and started. Hey, shout out to everybody out there. Let me get everything all set up for us. Let me see. Raider Nation forever on I see you, bruh. I see you on Instagram, bruh. Hey, thank you for pulling up, man. Like I say, if you guys always would like to get into the chat, please come on over to YouTube, subscribe if you have not done so. We have fun here. We talk the real shit and we talk bullshit. We have fun with it, bruh. This ain't no, clench your ass cheeks and be careful what you say. No, we're gonna have fun. We Raider fans. You know what I mean? We not like they not like us and we not like them. Plain and simple. Silver and black, for real, for real. Let me get back here. Let me see. Somebody just dropped something. All right, we got everybody in this BIH. Natural Born Raider, what it do, man? Salute to you. Dirty in the building. Yeah, man, we about to have fun with this. So without further ado, let me get into these snippets so we can get a basis of exactly what their approach is at the quarterback position. And it's going to make sense. I'm listening to them. Even though they're talking about the quarterbacks, they're giving you Easter eggs on the shit around it. You know what I mean? So you're getting a generalized an idea of what their approach is going to be. So without further delay, man, let's get into let's do Spytek and as far as the approach to the draft, and then we'll follow it up with Carroll and what he says to follow up on that. So let's go.
I'd go back to that. I mean, I got a chance to be around, in my opinion, the greatest player ever, and it was a love of the game and a competitive desire that just didn't allow him to quit. He was never out of a fight. He was willing to do things that the ordinary football player person wasn't willing to do, and we're gonna turn over every stone to find that leader for this team too. There's just going to be certain requirements of the job, and it doesn't necessarily take the strongest arm or the best thrower. It's the guys that will push their teammates to a place that's uncomfortable, that will give almost anything to win. That's what the best ones do, and we're going to find one of those.
And see, that gave you a insight as far as the quarterback position. Referring to Tom Brady as who he's comparing this to. Tom Brady wasn't the greatest athlete ever. You know what I mean? He didn't have the greatest arm, but what he had in leadership and between his ears, that is something that you always got to factor into above all else. The heart of the player with the mind. If you got the heart and the mind to go out there and dominate, you don't have to be the fastest man. You don't have to be the strongest man. You don't have to be the tallest, the strongest arm, but you can think your way through and figure out stuff and calculate things at a drop of a dime and be on top of it. You know what I mean? So when they're going after a quarterback, they're basically looking for, you're not going to find the next Tom Brady. Possibly you could. I'm not going to say that's not ever going to be able to be done. You can find somebody that great, but they know the intangibles that you must have to even come close to being Tom Brady's status at the quarterback position. So are they in this draft? I'm pretty sure they are. And it's all about getting the right quarterback in the right system with the right coaching staff. You gotta have all that to fall in line. You know what I mean? And I like the fact that I call them three the hard way. Spike Tech, Brady, and Carroll. They all give you knowledge from different angles at this point in juncture with the Raiders. You got the perspective of Tom Brady as one of the greatest players ever to do it at the quarterback position, which is basically command central. You in the pocket, you are the commander-in-chief of this team. You go, the team goes. So to get his aspect and vision, then you come in with the coaching aspect of a Carroll who also's been in the front office, so he understands both worlds. He understands player personnel and being a GM and being a head coach. Then you have Spike Tech. Spike Tech has been groomed amongst some of the greatest ever to do it. And that's including Andy Reid's and the Harbaughs and so on. You know what I mean? So you get a guy like him to come with the general manager aspect, the front office aspect. You got the coaching aspect who knows about the general, which those two must work hand in hand. Spike Tech and Carroll got to be like this. And Carroll has enough information and knowledge of both sides to understand what it is that Spike Tech is doing at his position as GM. But he's came up, he was a scout, he was an assistant GM with Tampa Bay, won a Super Bowl there, won a Super Bowl with Denver. So everybody on this team in the trifecta, Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowls, Spike Tech, a part of 2. Carroll has 1 Super Bowl and multiple Pac-10 championships, national championship. You feel me? So they all know exactly what it takes to reach that peak of the mountain. I love it. I love the fact that these 3 guys are together. You got different age range, different experiences all coming together to make this team better, man. So with the quarterback position, they're looking for somebody with the intangibles of a Tom Brady. But the thing that really set off what Spike Tech said is what Carroll followed up with. So let's go ahead and get into that. This is Pete Carroll at the presser, also adding on to what Spike Tech said.
It's our mission to build this football team up around the quarterback position. It isn't the only spot. We happen to have the greatest of all time to help us and to see clearly, and we're gonna lean on Tom as much as we possibly can for his insights, because nobody has the insights that he has. He's that unique. But it's the quarterback position is one of the positions on the team, and we've got to make it all fit together well. You know, I've had pretty good success with my quarterbacks in the past. You can go all the way back to college days, and they've all turned out to be really extraordinary members of our club. There's a way to embrace the challenge that the quarterback has from the rest of the football team as well. We need to support our guy, and we need to do what we can to make that work. It's really about making a great football team around the quarterback position. Coach Walsh taught me a long time ago that it's the hardest position in professional sports to play, and so we need to make it as easy for them as possible. And we'll go about doing that by running the football, protecting them, taking care of the ball, playing great defense, and kicking the football when we.
Exactly. So he's talking about the quarterback. First we hear Spike Tech talking about it doesn't have to be the strongest, fastest, strongest arm. And then Pete Carroll follows up with, we have to have the right supporting cast. And that's for a quarterback to be successful. What is a supporting cast that could make a quarterback successful? Offensive line, a run game, and a defense. And he's mentioned at the end, I love Carroll for saying this, talking about kicking it when you're supposed to. How does that matter? That changes field position when you have not even a 3 and out, when you have to punt. You can back your adversary up into field position that benefits you. You know what I mean? So everybody overlooks the special teams aspect of it, but there's 3 phases of the game. Not 2, not offense, defense, but 3 phases, because special teams goes a long way. You know what I mean? So I understand that. Shout out to Raider Pete. You said the interviewing for OC has been underwhelming. I beg to differ. Who else you gonna interview? You know, I mean, we're not looking for the next superstar. Yeah, let's understand this. We need somebody who's competent and able to call plays on the offensive side of the ball. Now we hear about Darrell Bevel. Some people like him, some people don't. The only knock on him is only one thing he did wrong, and that was the play he called in the Super Bowl, throwing it rather than giving it to Marshawn Lynch. But last time I checked, how many times did starting quarterbacks are able to check out of a play, to call an audible if he feels that something, you know what I mean? Or did Wilson not have that power as the starting quarterback? Come on now. So I mean, and plus you figure that one thing compared to all the things he did right. You know what I mean? He was, when they got all the way into the red zone, every play he called was masterful. Which I would have gave it to Marshawn Lynch anyway, because he was chunking their ass. But what's did is what's done. We can't, hindsight 2020, we can't go back and change shit. So long as he learned from that, and I'm pretty sure he, you know what I mean, he wouldn't do that again. I guarantee you, in that same situation, Bevel will not do it again. So we know he's competent. We know Leftwich, and we're saying guys aren't competent that won Super Bowls. Leftwich won a Super Bowl as an offensive coordinator, but yet, where is he? You know what I mean? Then you can go for a new guy. Do you want a new guy calling your offensive plays? Everybody want to look for the next new shiny thing. But is that if we're trying to win now, like these guys are stating, and people are wondering, are we able to win now? I believe we can. Because we go back, we know we ain't got no quarterback, and they know we ain't. These are new guys that are on the team now for the first time, Spytek and Carroll. They know we ain't got a quarterback. Because they're saying they're going to leave no rock unturned looking for that guy. If we already had that guy, why are we looking for it? So everybody like AOC, you'd be a marvelous backup, because I know there's talent out there that we can get. I heard that we're one of the teams you must look at in case we do trade up and try to get a Shador or even a Cam Ward. But there's quarterbacks in this draft that I believe that's not first round as far as what the experts say, but second and third round, you still can get that guy. Because why? Like Pete Carroll said, we want to support that quarterback by giving him the tools he needs to succeed. He don't have to be elite. So if you give him that offensive line, which we are 3/5 away from completing, think about it. We are 3/5 away from completing that offensive line. The guard positions is the thing we got to figure out. There are free agents out there that's going to be out there that are going to be very suitable for what it is that we're looking for and what we lack at the guard position on the offensive line. I'm not worried about that. Now you got weapons. You had 2 1,000-yard receivers on your team with no quarterback and a 3/5 offensive line. Think about that one. And no run game. No run game, a line that's only 3/5 completed, and a quarterback that's not consistent and able to grab the bull by his horn, shall we say, and take over this offense. But yet we had 2,000-yard receivers, one of them being a rookie tight end. That's weapons we have. Tight end position, we're set. We already know Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers, we keep him. You know what I mean? So these are things that can help a quarterback. Give him his weapons. Who's our number one wide receiver? Do we get him in free agency? Do we trade for a DK Metcalf? Do we sign a T. Higgins? Questions to be asked. Do we draft our number one wide receiver potentially? What else helps a quarterback? The defense. We need to go ahead and figure out the rest of this defensive line. We already got Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins. What do we do at the other DT in the defensive end spot? Does Kuntz come back? Do we bring him back since he was showing promise? Do we draft one? Do we sign one in free agency? Secondary. We got to bring back Morg. We got to bring back Palomau. We got Jacorian Bennett doing his thing. Is Jack Jones the answer at the other corner, or do we draft a corner in college, out of college, Michigan, which is the big name jumping off from Michigan, free agency, who would be out there? And there's a third one that we're not, and when I say third one, the third way of being able to improve this team. It's not just free agency, it's not just the draft. Via trade. Can we trade for someone? See, the draft is going to dictate to a lot of these teams what players are players money-wise, age-wise. They're going to factor in a lot of things as far as, do we get rid of them or do we keep them? If you got a quarter, like say you got a corner, Pro Bowler. You look at it this way. It's the same way like what the Giants did. Sometimes you let the Saquon Barkley's walk. And if you got the money to get him, you get him. Because he changes the game. He changes the dynamic of the game by himself. That is a generational type player who can change the game dynamically by themselves. Brock Bowers, we've seen he can change the game by himself. He's a hard guard. You know what I mean? Bars. He's a hard guard, man. What do? You throw a linebacker on him that ain't fast enough. You put a corner on him that ain't big enough. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Generational. Saquon Barkley. That boy, hey, shout out to Saquon, but and the Giants, y'all fumble. Y'all got butterfingers. Y'all let talent like that go, but who are we to say anything else? But hey, Josh Jacobs, how you like it in Green Bay? Because we fumbled that one too. So yeah, man, it's gonna be very interesting. Raider Knight, salute to you. Thank you for pulling up. Chris Godwin, I would not mind. That makes sense too. Like we said, there's a spot to help the quarterback. See, I understand what they're doing, and I made this analogy before to you guys previous. It's like having a bad ankle. Say, for instance, you're an athlete, basketball, whatever, and you have the tendency of spraining your ankle, right? The ligaments in the ankle when you sprain your ankle multiple times, they loosen up, so it makes it easier for you to keep spraining your ankle. So how do you strengthen your ankle? You can't make the ankle strong itself, but what you can do is strengthen the muscles around it to give it better support. That's exactly what Carroll is talking about with this team. The quarterback may not be the strongest, fastest person on this team, but to make him successful, you strengthen everything around him. You give them that O-line. You give them that run game. So I'm looking at the draft as they're going to approach it looking for a running back. They're going to be looking for defensive linemen. They're going to be looking for offensive linemen. They're going to be looking for a number one wide receiver. They're going to look for defensive end. They're going to look at everything that can keep that quarterback in a winning situation. And it's not just the offensive side of the ball. You got to shore up your secondary, make sure the guys that have been performing, you keep them. We don't have an old team. Think about it. Our team is not old at all, but you have to get the right pieces here to help be the supporting cast of whoever is the quarterback and starting for this team. So with that being said, man, shout out to everybody. Once again, like I said, please subscribe, hit that like, and hit that notification bell if you guys would. We are here Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on Raiders Allegiance. Boy, we growing like an early morning erection. Boy, I'm telling you, we on our thing. For real, for real. All right. So without further delay, let's get into this draft, man. Y'all think y'all ready for this mock draft? Let's do it this way. And I'll switch these around. Bam. All right, so let's get ready. Let's get to the good part. Get down to the good part. Bam. Here we are. We got the Raiders. We're doing 7 rounds. As you can see, we're going to do it normal so we can talk in between about the selections that I made. So without further delay, man, let's go ahead and do this shit, man. We gonna watch this shit. Now, this one, I messed around with this previously before. They're gonna drop the draft in a fashion that it might be. I'm just guessing because I only did it once, so it might be unlikely that this happens. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna rock and roll, baby, and see how this thing unfolds. So let's get it. All right. Now, notice. Look. Now, this is what I like to look at. I'm not doing no trade. I could jump. I can go from 6 to 7. Hold on. Let's see how this shit unfolded. So you got Tennessee taking Walker, the linebacker. See, this is what I mean. They do the draft where I don't believe that shit would happen, bruh. Travis Hunter, I can see with Cleveland. I can understand that. Abdul Carter with the Giants going defense. That possibly could be a thing if Abdul Carter is there at 3. Because everybody's throwing his name out there as far as possibly can go number 1 to Tennessee. Then you have McMillan, wide receiver, New England. I can see that because they know who their quarterback is now. You got Josh McDaniels back as offensive coordinator. You got to have weapons for the quarterback. And there we go again with the theory of giving the quarterback everything he needs to be successful. New England is doing that with McMillan. I believe that. And Will Johnson, that's the cornerback out of Michigan too that I like. Jacksonville took him. Come on now. Now you mean to tell me with them drafting like that, watch this shit, bro. You mean to tell me Cameron Ward or Shador Sanders will be there at 6? Like I said, anything can happen though. These picks that I see these teams taking, but we automatically assume that some of these teams will take a quarterback. But if you're trying to take a best available player, like I look at the Giants, would they go quarterback? Would they take a quarterback over if Abdul Carter is there? Would they take a quarterback over him? I would say if you stick to your guns and go best available, Carter is better at his position than Cam Ward and Shador Sanders is at theirs. That makes, it could happen that way. Unless you're thirsty for a quarterback where you're willing to go ahead and just grab one, knowing, because I think New York always been on their defensive shit. You know what I mean? When they last won Super Bowls, it was because of their defense. And then New England makes sense going wide receiver for Drake May. Jacksonville, we know. Now I can see them going defense in Jacksonville. By far, you would think that Will Johnson is the number 1 corner in the draft. So you feel me? So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and since Cam Ward is there at 6, we're going to go Cam Ward. Hands down. Now I'm gonna show y'all what I did before. If this happens again, I'm gonna take the New England approach. Watch how I work this shit. If it falls that same way. All right, tick. Lunatic tick as I talk. So yeah, we got Cam Ward at 6. Can that happen? By the way, this draft right here is unfolding. It could, but will it? I wouldn't bet my bottom dollar on it. But I'll give you my bottom bitch. No, let me quit. Okay, so pick 37. I'm not falling back. That's getting rejected. I'm definitely not going to help the Chargers do anything but eat a dick. All right. So now, here we go. DTs right now in the second round are at the top as far as ranking our tops. I would love to find a companion for Christian Wilkins. We got Max Crosby. We got Christian Wilkins coming off an injury, which wasn't nothing severe, so he will be back. Defensive tackle, since they are top right now, available out of all positions, I got to give him a running mate. Like we said, we got to give the quarterback things that will help him. In a bomb-ass defense, we look at our secondary already. Morig, we keep at safety. Palomar, we bring back at safety. We got Jacorian Bennett at corner who went out with an injury, but during the parts when he was healthy, I called him Mr. PBU because he was breaking up passes like it wasn't shit. This Jacorian Bennett, and he's just going to get better, especially with Pete Carroll, who is a defensive back type of guy. He's coached that position. You feel me? So that's another thing you got to factor in. On that secondary, we do have to figure out Who do we we need to get another starting corner. If Jack Jones is not the answer, and if one of the young guys we drafted last year does not develop into that, we got to put what they say about when they had the press conference. The one main thing I got away from it was the one word that I always will run with that they said: compete. Everybody must compete. So you never can have too much of anything, but you can always have not enough. You know what I mean? So defensive tackles, we got some guys that are free agents, some guys, but we need to find Christian Wilkins, his run mate in the center of this. Somebody athletic, somebody that can get to the quarterback, because we're gonna play Mahomes twice a year. We're gonna play a Bo Nix twice a year, a Herbert twice a year. These are all mobile dudes. We need somebody that's just as athletic that can get to him. This is the only way we're going to be successful, and the only way we're going to give a quarterback of our children, which in this draft so far, we got Cam Ward, so we got our guy. Now, how do we make our guy better? How can we make this team better around him? We got to show if we can get a defense that can just get pressure alone with the front four, that allow the secondary and a couple of linebackers to drop back, bruh, and close down any passing lanes there is, we got to make Mahomes run for his life. Any quarterback we face, we got to make them run for their life, just with the front four. We know Max is going to get after it. We know Wilkins will get after it, but who else is going to be added to the mix to help those guys? You feel me? So this is what we going to do. This is exactly what we going to do. I want to check out dude, because some of these at 6'3", 327, right now they got him as the top DT coming out of Ohio State, Tyreek Williams. So what I'm going to do, hold on, I don't want to reach. So you got, so far in the second round, your top two choices they got ranked as far as their rankings are DTs, and you got one linebacker. Now, I do know linebacker is an issue as far as the linebacker core. Do we bring back Spillane? And if so, how much? And then who we going to add, you know what I mean, to add to the mix of the linebackers to try to get competition going on there. Right now, there's not really any good competition. You know, it's just not. Diablo, what do we do with him? So it's a lot of questions to ask. And there is a linebacker that we could grab coming out of Clemson in Brett Carter. But you got 33, 37, and 39. They're not too far off in rankings. And his size at 6'1", 230. That's exactly what linebackers are going for around right now in the 230s. They're taking like former safeties and making them linebackers now because of their coverage ability. You know what I mean? And I understand that because there's a lot of athletic ass going up against certain offenses. There's a lot of athletic. Tight ends ain't the same no more. Brock Bowers showed the world that shit. Tight ends ain't the same. You know what I mean? The most dominating rookie tight end to come into the NFL is more of a wide receiver than he is a tight end. Who do you get to cover those type of guys? Sometimes you're going to have to use a linebacker. I told you before, the thing with Bowers is the difficulty of teams' defenses is, do we put a linebacker on them? Do we put a corner? Linebacker, you're not going to be fast enough to keep up with Bowers, but you're big enough. Corners, you're going to be fast enough to keep up with Brock Bowers, but you're not going to be big enough. So, like, once again, damned if you do, damned if you don't. It don't matter who you put on Bowers. So since the game is going with those type of athletic tight ends, and that's what you're going to see a lot of that because it's a copycat league, and everybody going to look at Bowers like, we need one of them. You feel me? So, but we do need DT. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the hog right here, man, at 6'3", 327 pounds. We're going to go with Tyreek Williams coming out of Ohio State, the national champions, bruh. We going to give Wilkins his running mate. You feel me? Let me get to the chat, man. See how y'all going down with this shit, man. Shout out J-Dog, what it is, man. Salute to you. Tops. Yeah, we do need linebackers, bro, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna see in the 3rd round because we do have 2 third-round picks. So we'll be able to address 2 positions. I like the first 3 rounds. You know what I mean? No, we're not gonna do no trade with y'all, man. 84. You want me to drop from 60, 68? No. Go from 68 to 79. I don't want to go back like that either. Now, let's get to and we got to think about edge. Do we bring back Malcolm Kuntz? Even though we know that we got some up and coming defensive ends that showed their abilities during the end of the season due to injury and them having to come in and do their thing. Tyreek Wilson. Hey, Tyree Wilson, bruh. This is pretty much like a year 2 for you. We understand year 1, you was trying to rehab a foot that you had surgery on. Year 2, you showed a little bit of promise. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here, bruh? Because I'm telling you, year 3, no excuses. No excuses. So what you gonna do, bruh? Are you a failed defensive end that we had to move the tackle just to find a place to place you? Or are you gonna get out there and you got the perfect type of individuals around you to help you be great at your craft? You have a Max Crosby. You have a Christian Wilkins. They have helped you. You showed promise, but we need to see more. We need more out of you, bro. You're a 1st-round pick. We got to have development out of you. Because if not, there are guys right now that weren't 1st-round picks that are on your heels and doing a lot better than you are. So that's a main thing we got to figure out, bruh. Okay, I got our defensive tackle that helped Wilkins. Old boy out of Ohio State. Do we go edge rusher now? Mike Green out of Marshall. Do we do Mike Green? You got the wide receiver. I like this wide receiver. This is old boy out of Ohio State. Dude is solid too, man. He's solid. But I'm thinking the approach, and I'm thinking this is what's going to happen. I also take into consideration what Carroll and Spike Tech said. They're here to win now. So there's some things that you don't go into rookie-wise if you're in the state of mind of win now. Number 1 wide receiver, I'm thinking they're gonna either go by trade or they're gonna go by free agency to find a number 1 wide receiver. A T. Higgins is possible. DK Metcalf trading for him, possible. There's a lot of different avenues to go with a guy that's already established and know how the game goes. You know what I mean? Godwin, it's a lot. You know what I mean? It's a lot out there, veteran-wise, that you can get in day 1, plug them in, and they're ready to rock and roll. Rookie, wide receiver, you can show that you're going to be good, but you're not going to be great your rookie year. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, shit. And we do need linebackers, and he's the best linebacker available. They ain't got his measurables on here. Let me see something real quick. Before I even make this, I gotta know information on dude because I don't know anything about him from UCLA. But we gonna definitely find out. I hope I pronounce his name right. Olu Wafemi. Linebacker, UCLA. Nope. Oh, here we go. All right. So let's see what this linebacker is out of UCLA. He's a senior, 6'3", 250 pounds. Okay. Now we're starting to look at a little bit of little old school type size for linebackers. So 6'3", 250 pounds. He had 30 solo tackles this year. He had 4.5 sacks. Okay. Forced fumbles, none. Interceptions, none. 4.5 sacks with 30 solo tackles this season at UCLA. Let me see if his consistency over the years add up. So in 2022, he had 69 total tackles with 29 solo. 2023, 54 total tackles with 27 solo. In 2024, 57 total with 30 solo. He is let me see. He had 4.5 sacks this past season. 2023, he had a half a sack, and in 2022, he had 1 sack. So a big jump from there. He also had a forced fumble in 2022 as well as freshman year. Fumble recoveries, he had 1 2022, 2 in 2023, none this past season. So yeah, his sacks are at 4.5 at linebacker. He has great size. Great size at 6'3", 250 pounds. And he's from California, by Sacramento. He's by the Sacramento area, Elk Grove. So we do need linebackers. We need added competition. This is a big body ass linebacker. Physicality, like I said, this is how I learned about some of these prospects that I wouldn't have never even paid attention to. So I'm definitely gonna keep him in mind. But we are gonna grab him. Linebacker out of UCLA. Defense is looking nice right now, bruh. No, we're not trading with the Seahawks. But even though you want to give us 82 for 73, I'm not falling back that far, bruh. We're going to go ahead and do our thing. So this is our third round. So we got our linebacker. We got our quarterback. We got our defensive tackle. Now, the Ohio State 6'1", that's a good size too. 6'1", 206 wide receiver. Old boy out of Ohio State. The edge, let's see. You know what? Now, we talked about supplying protection for the quarterback. What do we need on the offensive line? We need guards. So I'm looking at this guard coming out of Georgia, Dylan, and I'm gonna fuck his shit up too. Dylan Fairchild. They don't have it. Let me see. Let me look him up. I want to get his stats. Dylan Fairchild, guard, Clemson. Was it Clemson? Oh, Georgia. Dylan Fairchild, guard out of Georgia.
According to 247 Sports, Fairchild announced his intention to enter the 2025 NFL Draft on Tuesday. The 6'5", 315-pound offensive guard is going pro after spending 4 years at Georgia.
So 6'5", 315, guard out of Georgia. We need guards. We need to add competition. We can't just rely on Parham and them. We got to get some guys in there that's going to push people to try to be great to help protect this quarterback. Don't forget, we drafted Cam Ward. So, even though they got edge looks enticing and wide receiver that's ranked above him, we're going to go guard Dylan Fairchild out of Georgia. Bam. Now we getting our offensive line set. We got to give Cam Ward everything he needs to succeed. I don't know if we'll end up starting him or sitting him on the bench to groom to come in, but I would love Cam Ward to be with Tom Brady, bruh. Yeah, I would love that. And now we're shoring up the offensive line. We're getting our defensive line also. Like they say, it starts in the trenches. So we got DT and we got guard. Now we're going to see how the rest of this unfolds. I'm liking it so far. But will the draft fall like this? I doubt it, but this is just for shits and giggles. S&G, baby, S&G. All right, so next up on the list, the Kansas State running back. Let me see. You know what? I just want to see what running backs are out there still. So you got DJ Giddens. Who's the one that, let me see. Oh boy, gone, huh? Damn. Scatterbo probably went a long time ago. But they are running backs in this draft. We are in the 4th round. I want a big back. Something that can wear down 6'1", 212. DJ Giddens. Let me get a little something on DJ Giddens out of Kansas State. So let's see. DJ Giddens, running back, Kansas State. He's a youngster too, 21 years of age. Let's go to his overview. He's a junior running back. So you get a young guy coming out of where is he out of? He's from Kansas, Junction City, Kansas. 6'1", 212 pounds. Let me see. So we're looking at DJ Giddens. I want to see DJ Giddens pro breakdown. All right, let's see what they say about this young man. DJ Giddens 2025 NFL Draft Scouting Report for Kansas State Wildcats running back. Kansas State Wildcats running back DJ Giddens warms. Oh, that's on that shit. 6'1", 212 pounds. He's a redshirt junior. Pro comparison, TJ Yeldon. Kansas State Wildcats running back DJ Giddens is a big, fluid runner. What is he out in the passing game, though? Who offers strong natural insights in space. Well, Giddens back is a dynamic. He's a dynamic athletic profile to be highly coveted prospect. He has found ample production at the position and has been on a steady progression during his Kansas State career. So he is a big back, though. I like that. You need durability. If you're going to run the ball a lot, which this is what Carroll is talking about, the offense, we're going to run the ball. So you got to have a guy that's durable that can run the ball. Let me see what's up with the chat, man. Shout out to all y'all out there, man. We got Wild Turkey in the building, man. Salute to you. Who else we got up here? Raider Goon in the building, man. What it is. Salute to you. SoCal Sal in the building. Good to see y'all, man. Ja Raider in the building. Tony Angel, what it is, man. Salute to you. Cam Ward, I would say, is the best quarterback in the draft. The reason being, Cam Ward has a higher ceiling as far as his potential goes. Shador, I think, is more like ready right now. So if we did get Shador, I don't think Shador would be sitting on the bench. Plus, you already know the connection with him and Tom Brady. Tom Brady working with him ever since high school. But I see a Shador is able to come in right now, day one, boom, be the starter. Fundamental, he ain't, you know what I mean? He ain't the most elite quarterback, but he has everything you need. You can be successful with him. You know what I mean? But Cam Ward, on the other hand, his ceiling is so high that he can become... I don't want to put him in that same category. I want to say he can be a great quarterback. Let's just say that. He can be a great quarterback. Like, he could be elite status. He has all the intangibles to do that. You know what I mean? But that's not going to happen year one. Him to reach his potential, he's going to have the right quarterback coach, the right offense, and he's going to have to be groomed to become that. Shador, what he brings to he does not give you any problems with staying within the confines of the offense. But his potential, like, he's closer to his ceiling than Cam Ward is. Cam Ward got to see this, and this is kind of the thing that I hate, because this is the same reason why Tyree Wilson got drafted, because his ceiling. But will Tyree Wilson ever hit his ceiling? Will he even come close to it? That's the questions you're going to have to ask about Cam Ward. He has a high ceiling. He can become an elite, great quarterback. But will he? And it's all about the people around him to get that out of him. We got to have the right quarterback coach. We got to have the right offense to put him in to be successful. But Cam Ward, yes, I would say the same thing. He is the best quarterback in this draft. But don't think because a quarterback you get later is not the best in the draft, don't believe that you can't win with him. That's the whole scenario we got to look at. You don't have to be an elite first-round quarterback to win. We seen it happen. We've seen it happen. Not always the number one overall quarterback is the greatest, is great to do it. I tell you, ask Jamarcus Russell. You know what I mean? I done seen Achilles Smith and Joey Harrington, and come on, bro, we done seen this shit. We done been down this road where just because you're the number one quarterback don't mean you're going to be that great. Can you reach your potential? And it's not just on what you do, it's what the coaching staff around you can help you achieve. That's the key right there. All right, let me see. Everybody up in here. All right, let's continue on. Hold on, man. I got to get this down. Bam. All right, let's continue on. Now it's back on us. We are in the 4th round. Now, I want to get off a position. Let's get to all. Now, running back. Right now, DJ Giddens is there. We do need running. We need running game. We do have Abdullah. We do have a Zeus. We still have Sincere McCormick. Let's add some youth to this group. And like I said, this is a big dude. So we're gonna be solid with this one, man. What's it get? Was he 6'1"? 6'1", 2. Oh, I meant to take this before. All right. So we're gonna take old boy. We got our running back. So now we're gonna get into, let's see, the 4th. We're gonna go in the 5th round. Now we're gonna go look at positions. Hopefully can become starters, but if they're not starters, we are solid with depth. Because one thing I learned about watching the Detroit Lions, with all the injuries they had, they led the league in injuries, but they still, even though they didn't make it, to the NFC Championship, but they, you know what I mean? But they was in there. They had one of the best records. What showed me about them is that they had depth to be able to cover. See, that's one thing you don't sleep on the Detroit Lions, bruh. You know what I mean? They have the depth, and it was the backups that got them that far. Just imagine when they have their starters there, and we know they got monsters on the offense in the starters that got hurt. You know what I mean? What do they look like when they're 100% healthy? So depth is a key. Now we get into the later rounds of the draft. Depth becomes a target. Now, we hope that they can probably over-exceed expectation. But if they don't, expectation is they at least can be a backup. We got to have depth because injuries are going to happen. You know what I mean? So we got to factor all that into mind. So I'm not doing no trades. You bitch ass nigga, you. All right, let's see. Now, the next up, they got another running back. Ooh. Now, here's an interesting proposal to you guys. We drafted a guard already, right? We got a guard out of Georgia. Fairchild, Dylan Fairchild, I think it was. So you can put him. See, this is going to be very interesting. This is how we can fix the offensive line just like that. Fairchild goes to right guard. We know we got JPJ at center, but we know JPJ can also play guard at a high level. You have an offensive center in let me see, do it real quick. Out of USC, you have Jonah Monheim. Let me see what his statisticals is. He is a center at USC. Can he play guard? I don't know. We're going to find out right now about him. Jonah Monheim, USC guard. Monheim appeared to one game. Was a true freshman at USC in 2020. The following year, he appeared in 12 games, 7 as a starter at right tackle. So he has He has experience at tackle, which you like offensive linemen who are interchangeable, because if injuries happen, you know what I mean, you can move the offensive line around like we did with JPJ. You know what I mean? James goes out, we move JPJ from left guard to center, problem solved. We just had to fit somebody in there at guard, which we need to upgrade at the guard positions. In 2022, he started 14 games, 11 at right tackle and 3 at right guard. So he has guard. Okay, so he's on the right side. Gotcha. And was chosen honorable mention all Pac-12 conference. So right guard he can play. He can play center and guard like JPJ. We need to solidify this offensive line. We know we got Colton Miller at left tackle. We just drafted Dylan Fairchild. Let me see what Dylan Fairchild, offensive guard.
According to Wikipedia, after primarily playing as a backup in his first 2 seasons, Fairchild played in 14 games and started 10 games at left guard in 2023. Entering the 2024 season, he was named one of the top returning.
Perfect situation. We drafted Dylan Fairchild, guard out of Georgia. He plays right guard. Or was it left guard? Let me see what they said. Because I know the other dude plays opposite. He was named one of the top returning guards in college football. Fairchild is one of the top returning guards in football. He declared for the 2025 NFL Draft. Fairchild. So Fairchild played left guard. This guy right here, Jonah Monheim of USC, plays right guard and right tackle. Guess what? We're going to take him because right now he is the best available besides running back. And so guard tag, you know what? Bam. We got to protect Cam Ward. So we have our guards that also can interchange with center and tackle. And I don't mind a rookie offensive lineman at guard because he has help on the left and right side of him. You know what I mean? I have concerns with tackles, rookie tackles, because they're on an island. You know what I mean? And it's mano y mano. It's me and you. I get, sometimes you can get help. You'll bring in a tight end, extra blocker. I can understand that. But most of the time, it's going to be you in that defensive end. Can you handle it? That's the question. So now it's back on us again. We got our offensive line set. We got our running back. We got our linebacker. And we got our quarterback. What do the Raiders need, and what can we grab at a high rank in this mock draft? Right now, we are in round 6. We do have 3 6-round picks. So this is going to be fun now. So now, let's see. I would say let's find a wide receiver. I'm not just going to target them. I'm going to look. That's going to be one of the ones. Right now, they say we need quarterback, we got running back, we got wide receiver, safety, DT we got. So wide receiver and safety, which just in case we lose one of our safeties in free agency, but you're not going to find, hopefully you can get a starter in the 6th round, but most likely it's going to be depth that you're going to end up getting in these 6 and 7 rounds unless you can hit. If you're good in the late rounds of the draft, bruh, do your thizzle. But in the meantime, all the top elite players then came off the board already. We're in the 6th round with 3 picks. So what we're going to do, we're going to covet some, let's see. I like going after big secondary players. Dante Trader Jr. Let's see. Dante Trader Jr., safety, Maryland. Dante Trader Jr. I like big-bodied secondaries because I like them to be able to compete and guard tight ends. That's why I like Palomal. Palomal got the speed, he got the height and stuff. This guy is 5'11", 202 pounds. Defensive back, but safety. Let me see. What was the statistics this past season? Uh, Jason Witten. So career honors. Okay, so he was Jason Witten Collegiate Man of the Year, semifinalist, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week, September 16 in 2024. Reese's Senior Bowl Watch List 2024. 2024 Athlon Sports Preseason Fourth Team All Big Ten. See, this is your depth type of people. 2024 Phil Steele Preseason Fourth Team All Big Ten. 2024 Rule Phil Trophy Wise 2024 All-State AFCA Global Works Team Nominee. 2024 Shrine Bowl 1000. 2023 CSC Academic All District. So academically, so between the ears, he's solid. Corners, safeties, we do need to take a look at. Like I said, do we keep Palomal? What about Morig? Does Epps come back after the injury he had? That there's a lot of questions to be asked. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna fuck with him. I'm gonna take the safety because we got a lot of question marks in the safety. We do need depth. We need to add competition on this team. And we did grab the safety, in 7th round last year, out of, where was he, out of Air Force, Navy? I be fucking up on these names. I need to start taking notes, bruh. I be trying to go off memory, and my memory is not as, I can remember shit a long time ago, but don't ask me what happened 15 minutes. Tig, you remember that time you drafted Cam Ward? When I draft Cam Ward, he took him in the 1st round. Did I? You sure did. All right. So right now they got DT's tight ends. We don't need no tight ends. Safety, linebacker. I'm gonna I want big body linebackers though. See, now we getting to the part of the draft. They ain't got no information on these cats. Jalen McLeod. Jalen McLeod out of Auburn. Jalen McLeod. Linebacker, Auburn.
According to Wikipedia, he ended up transferring to the Auburn Tigers for the 2023 season. With the Tigers that year, he totaled 50 tackles, 10.5 TFLs, and 5.5 sacks.
Oh.
As a senior in 2024, he recorded 57 tackles and a team-leading 14 TFLs and 8 sacks.
He had 8 sacks and 14 tackles for loss in his past season. He was invited to the Senior Bowls this weekend. We got to watch that shit Saturday, y'all. Okay. So why is he so, well, then again, this just is a mock draft. I'm going to take dude. Jalen McLeod, linebacker out of Auburn. I want to see what his measurables are. This motherfucker had 8 sacks at linebacker. 8 sacks and what they say 14 tackles for loss. Jalen McLeod. Let me see something real quick. What was his measurables? 6'1", 236 pounds. So he should be athletic enough. Not a lot of weight on him, but like I said, a lot of linebackers nowadays in the NFL are being brought in from the secondary, playing former safeties because of they. But at 6'1", 235, 236, I could put him on a tight end if he's athletic enough to cover a tight end. But this guy is known. It seems to me he's good. He's good close to the line of scrimmage in that box. If he's getting 8 sacks and 14 tackles for loss, he's a missile. Why is he in the 6th round? Shit, we gotta shore up that linebacker room. And that's to me the weak on defense. I think our weakest position with depth wise is the linebackers. I'm not. The linebacker core is suspect, bruh. Let's take another tight end since we took one the last 2 years. No, I'm fucking with y'all. I'm not doing no quarterback Brady Cook. You know what I would do? I want to stay high in the rankings. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at DT, bro. I'm gonna check out this DT. Vernon Broughton, Texas. Vernon Broughton, Texas. Let's see. Vernon Broughton, Texas defensive tackle. All right, let's see. Vernon Broughton, defensive tackle. We got to add some depth on that defensive line. His measurables. Oh, come on, bro. His measurables are 6'4", 3,000. No, 6'4", 305 pounds. Still over 300, but not as big as a nose tackle, which I'm not tripping off of. But I do want to add depth to that room on the defensive line. So where is he from? I'm just curious. Oh, he's from Houston, Texas. Gotcha, bruh. Gotcha. A fifth-year defensive lineman who has played in 55 games with 16 starts. Has been credited with 69 career tackles, 10.5 tackles for loss, 5.5 sacks, 4 fumbles, or 4 fumble recoveries, 3 pass breakups. So he's active with his hands, but that's over his career though, and 1 forced fumble. But we do need depth though, so I'm gonna add dude. We're gonna go defensive tackle. Hold on, let me see this other dude. 6'1", 267. He's a little too light to be a DT, bro. They probably move him if he's athletic enough to be a defensive end. That's the other brother. I'm gonna take old boy out of Texas. So we got our DT. We got DTs. Okay. Depth. That's depth. We got to think depth. That's what we're thinking in these late rounds. 7th round. Not taking no quarterback. Tight end is a no-no. We did DT. Who do we let me think. I don't want quarterback. Depth. Where do we need depth at? You know what? Let's see if we can find a diamond in the rough at wide receiver. Efton Chisholm. LSU wide receiver. Let me see. 6'2", 213 pounds. What was his stats? Kieran Lacey. We're gonna add a wide receiver. I'm gonna go with the best of the. Let me see something real quick. No, that's not the best one. Darian Singer, out of Utah. Darian Singer. Oh, Dorian Singer. Let me see about his stats. Dorian Singer, wide receiver, Utah.
According to University of Utah Athletics, Singer Quick Hits has played in 41 career games in D football, has 2,397 receiving yards on 161 receptions and 10 touchdowns in his career.
So he played in 41 career games in Division I football, 12 at Utah and 12 at USC. See, the USC thing is a very, very important thing because I know Pete Carroll still got connection with USC, bro. You got to. I mean, that's he was the coach that made USC, put them on the map. You know what I mean? In the modern era. So he has to. Let's see, 2023, he played 17. Okay, then he went to Arizona in 2021 to 23. He has 2,397 receiving yards on 161 receptions and 10 touchdowns in his career. All Pac-12 at Arizona in 2022. So he was all Pac-10 in 2022. That was before the team started leaving the Pac-10 to go to the Big Ten and so forth, with the Oregons, USCs, UCLAs, and so forth. So they were all still together in the Pac-12. He does, let me see. Dorian Singer, let me see what his measurables are. He's 6 foot and 180 pounds. He's from Minnesota. St. Paul, Minnesota. Let me see. So Dorian Singer. Let me see something else then. Dorian Singer, 40 time. Let's see. There isn't much info about Dorian Singer's 40-yard dash time right now, but here's some related information about the former Utah Utes wide receiver. Dorian Singer, born October 16, 2002. God dang, in St. Paul, Minnesota. I feel old as a motherfucker. Played wide receiver for the Utah Utes with 6 foot and 100, or what did it say? 6 foot tall and weighed 180 pounds. We need depth. We need some. Let's see, give him an opportunity. So I'm gonna go wide receiver. I'm gonna go Dorian Singer. That should be the last of our draft, and then we're gonna go ahead and recap what we did. I think we solid in this one. Not that I'm thinking that this draft is gonna fall this way, but hey, shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate y'all, man. Please subscribe and hit that like button too, man. For real. We just about done. We're just gonna do this one, and then we'll wait a while. We'll the next draft 2.0 will probably be, let's see, February. We're hitting February. We'll do another one once this coaching staff gets put together. You feel me? All right. So here's the final draft results for the Raiders. We drafted Cam Ward, quarterback out of Miami, in round 1, pick 6. Then we got Tyleek Williams, defensive tackle out of Ohio State. Man, I'm gonna fuck these names up. Alu Femi, linebacker out of UCLA. Then we grabbed guard Dylan Fairchild out of Georgia. Running back out of Kansas State, we got DJ Giddens. We got offensive center out of USC, who he can play guard and tackle as well. So we're going offensive line. Jonah Monheim. Then we got safety Dante Trader Jr. out of Maryland at safety. Jalen McLeod, whatever, linebacker out of Auburn. We grabbed him with pick 214, which is sixth round pick. Then we got Vernon Broughton, or I hope I said that shit. Broughton, defensive tackle out of Texas. Got him in the 6th round. And then the 7th round pick, Dorian Singer, wide receiver, Utah. Did I grab a Yeah. So far what we did, we grabbed a quarterback, defensive tackle, linebacker, offensive guard, running back, offensive center, but plays guard and tackle, safety, linebacker. Again, we needed a couple of linebackers, defensive tackle with a couple of them, because I know we got a couple of free agents, as well as trying to find somebody. I know later rounds is most likely depth, but we need to get them in the room because it's all about competition and wide receiver. So I think all in all, that's a solid draft. We got our quarterback, then we shored up the offensive line. We got him a running back. Defense, we shored up. We're going defensive tackle as well as linebacker and a safety. Hey, like Pete Carroll said, we gotta. It's the supporting cast around the quarterback to help him be great. He don't have to be the greatest quarterback, but we just got Cam Ward. So, bruh, I think for him to fall to 6, not that this is realistic, but if that did happen, and like they made sense on here as far as if the teams ahead of us did not grab Cam Ward, who did they grab? And they did grab people that they needed. You know what I mean? That made sense, but who's a quarterback thirsty team that's willing, like, we're gonna grab him? This draft is gonna be weird. I got a strange feeling, and I think some of these top teams also can trade back as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, with that being said, man, that's mock draft 1.0, man, of our Raiders. It was solid. I might try it. I'm gonna do a different simulator next time, something more realistic with Shador and Cam Ward coming off, because I remember one draft I messed around with, and I think it was the same company that did this one, same website, but I grabbed Cam Ward number 1, And in the third round, I got Jackson Dart. I did exactly what New England did when they went out there and got Drake May and Joe is it Joe Milton? Joe Milton. They got both of them. Somebody's gonna pan out. Redskins did that years ago when they got Kirk Cousins and RG3. You know what I mean? So you gotta keep swinging until you knock it out the park. You can't be afraid of that. I remember Detroit Lions back in the day. They kept drafting wide receiver after wide receiver after wide receiver, and then they figured it. They end up getting the right one later. Who was that dude? Was he the wide receiver out of Michigan State? Rodgers? Wasn't it Rodgers? Wide receiver that Detroit Lions drafted back in the day out of Michigan State? I think it might have been I can't remember. But they kept going wide receiver, and then they finally got it. So quarterback is, if that's the most important position on a team, bruh, we got, by all means necessary, let's make sure that our odds are high to being able to find a successful quarterback to run this team for the next years to come. So with that being said, man, you guys enjoy your hump day. Thank y'all for joining me. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. Same Raider time, same Raider channel, man. 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on Raiders Allegiance. I appreciate y'all, man. This has been the Lunatic Raider Show, man. This has been fun. Just shits and giggles. None of this shit gonna unfold like this. But I just want to look at who's out there. Now I got me a list of names. Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep this shit. A list of names to keep my eyes on and do more research, because the draft will be here faster than you know it. April will be here quick. We got the Reese's Senior Bowl this weekend. Let's check that out. Check out the quarterbacks that's involved in it. Cam Ward will not be participating, but Shador Sanders, Gabriel, Jackson Dart, we gonna see them. So let's get our study on, y'all, and see what the Raiders can use to get better, man. And once again, before I get up out of here, James Furpo with the Raiders. You already know what it is, man. John Leon, salute to you. Thank you for pulling up, man. I hope y'all had a ball with your boy Lunatic one time. And we about to get up out of here, man. But just remember, make it back home to your loved ones, man. Send prayers out to our fellow Raider Nation members who need it, man. Shout out to Sacktown Raider Mike, man. Y'all keep him in your prayers, man. That's one of our brethren. You know what I mean? Got family things going on, man. But you got our support, brother. And I appreciate you reaching out to me. Cause if y'all ever need a motherfucker to listen to you, I'm gonna be raw and uncut. I cuss, but fuck it. You know what I mean? I am who I am. If y'all ever need someone to just chop it up with, sometimes I know how that shit go, man. Sometimes life throws curveballs, and we feel like there's nobody to really relate to. I've been through a lot of shit in life, so I'm probably one of the ones that can relate to you. I don't care if you ever been to jail, if you ever lost close loved ones in just bam, 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 one after the other. Car accidents I've been in, whatever, been shot at. You know what I mean? Allegedly shot at others. I'm just saying, there's a long list of things that we all experience in life. Sometimes not at our greatest moments, but where we are now is what counts. What did we learn from that? Can we help someone from our negatives and positives that we experience? So as Raider Nation, we're not like nobody else. They not like us is a factual statement, and we can flip it, and we not like them. We stand as one. We come from all different ethnic backgrounds, every different political beliefs and religious beliefs. It don't matter. You with the Raiders? I fucks with you. So with that being said, man, have a beautiful day. Be blessed and understand life is precious. So let's act like it. You know what I mean? Let's act like it, man. Y'all take it easy, man. Y'all be safe. Make it back home to your loved ones. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Same Raider time, same Raider channel right here, Mamie. Hey, I said, Mamie? Oh, what Mamie? That's a new word. Right here, Mamie. Whatever that shit mean, it's the Lunatic Raider Show, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all take it easy. And like I always say about this time, I'm out this bitch.